Hello everybody, Dead Spikes here, and today we're going to go over the Outriders patch that just released today. We were all hoping for it yesterday. Well, in my community, we thought it was going to come yesterday because they normally release stuff on Thursdays, but it finally did come out today. So we're going to go over the few highlights that are here in this, and then we're going to go over something special at the end. So definitely make sure to stay to the end because there's a few things I want to go over with you guys that are quite important. I'm going to be reading the highlights in my opinion. If you want to read this for yourself, I will have the link for this in my description of my video. So just go check that out and read it yourself if you would prefer, because I'm going to be skimming this and just going over the parts that I found important. All right. So this was a gigantic patch, and they basically said in it that the patch was starting to get made kind of after the first week patch that we had. So it doesn't have a whole lot of recent things that have been found in the game. It has more like stuff that was found in the first 2 weeks of the game, but there is a lot. There is like probably 100 crash fixes throughout this, so you should not really be experiencing crashes much anymore. You shouldn't be experiencing much more loading in errors. They did say that this patch does not restore inventories or fix characters encountering the can't connect to server issue. This restorations are currently still being worked on. So they still haven't got that fixed out for the people who can't use their characters that lost their inventories. They did say in this that they're working hard on it, and they kind of explain why they haven't fixed it yet. So if you're curious, just come into this document and read it. As for the fixes, let's get into it. So here's a lot of just general fixes here. There's not too much I need to go over here. One thing to note is this one right here. You won't be nerfed as much when you're playing lower level activities. So if you have your level 50 build and you go into like a world tier 15 mission of the normal game, you're gonna be dealing more damage than you were before because you're getting nerfed pretty hard. I think you're getting nerfed just less levels basically, so you'll deal more damage. Next will be in this section. This is all just bugs, kind of. Multiplayer. Oh yeah, they're fixing multiplayer, which is nice. So you should encounter a lot less multiplayer problems. Hopefully a lot less disconnects. Yeah, nothing too important there. Just a lot of nice multiplayer fixes. Gear, skills, and mods resolution. So what's really nice about this is this one right here. The cost of rare to epic is cheaper, which I'm thankful for. I didn't actually expect them to do this, so I'm kind of impressed. I've been doing a lot of new playthroughs, so playing through, you notice when upgrading gear, it starts to cost a lot. I mean, 16 titanium for a level 12 character is a lot, being that titanium is extremely hard to come by. So I'm actually really happy to see this. It's going to make the playthroughs a little bit more enjoyable. You can carry gear with you throughout it if you find a nice piece of gear early on. Here is the character changes. I will go over them because they're kind of important. I'm really excited about this trickster one, and I hope it's as nice as it sounds. Fixed a bug that caused the trickster's hunt and prey skill to not teleport but still go into cooldown. Resolved instances where hunt and prey could be used to teleport to unintended locations. Fixed a bug that caused trickster's ventilators and mark to vanish after casting hunt the prey skill on the marked enemy. I've never actually noticed this one before, and I use that legendary set a lot, so it's kind of interesting. Fixed a bug whereby the move groove mods anomaly and firepower buff icons did not appear correctly in the HUD. Again, yeah, it's another thing I haven't noticed because I don't pay attention to the HUD that much. Pyromancer. Fixed a bug that was preventing the Pyromancer's feed the flame skill from applying the ash effect to Screechers. Fixed a bug where the Pyromancer's Phoenix nesting skill occasionally granted the player the incorrect HP in multiplayer and now grants the correct 50% HP. Fixed a bug that was causing Pyromancer to exit cover using the thermal bomb. Fixed a bug that caused the Pyromancer's boots of the Lava Leech legendary gear item to not include the appropriate mods. Devastator. Fixed a bug that caused the Perseverance shield mods damage reduction buff to not correctly end after the Golem wore off. Fixed a bug with the Devastator's extra Quake mod, which sometimes provided more than one extra skill activation at the end of fights. Fixed a bug that caused lurkers affected by the endless mass skill to reappear of the player if you walked under them. Fixed a crash that would occur if you boulder dashed into a wall. Fixed instances of gravity leap causing players to get stuck in unintended places. Resolved instances where boulder dash could be used to reach unintended locations. PlayStation fixed the VFX of the reflect bullet skill to make it more visible. Technomancer rebalance. The minigun mod Massacre, which has changed in the previous patch, has had its duration reverted to its original value, but now only stacks up to 6 times. So they kind of unnerfed the minigun mod Massacre, which is kind of interesting. Fixed a bug whereby the toxic lead armor mod was not triggering properly if an enemy was killed via skill. I know a lot of people are going to be happy about this. I am one of those, because toxic lead is very, very annoying. Sometimes it doesn't proc how you want. Fixed a bug where Technomancers would be stuck on their main weapon if they use Tools of Destruction and Pain Launcher at the same time. Fixed it. I've actually had that happen. It's annoying. Fixed a bug with Tools of Destruction where melee or further skill was used vented if the skill was interrupted by using the mouse wheel. Fixed a bug whereby the Perpetuum mobile weapon mod was also replenishing the Technomancer's Tool of Destruction minigun ammo. I'm kind of sad I didn't know about that. That would have been fun to play with. Fixed a bug that allowed the Technomancer's turrets to be placed on a vertical surface. This is going to be nice. So you kind of notice this sometimes when you throw your turret and it's just sitting in the air. It's kind of annoying. Sometimes it gets in the way too of trying to like shoot enemies and stuff. Fixed a bug that could cause the AI to ignore Technomancer if a turret has been spawned before the AI. So this is going to be very good. So basically, like, I'm sure you guys noticed it. Sometimes the ads will just run straight at you instead of aggro into your turret. And I guess it was because your turret was out when they spawned. Well, now the ads will kind of target your turret a little bit more, which will give you more room. Xbox deployed Technomancer turrets now correctly display their health bars. PlayStation fixed an issue that caused the Technomancer's shrapnel skill to break the sprint animation. Fix the set description of the Borealis Monarch set. I should read that. Actually, I haven't checked this part out yet. We'll check it out at the end of the video. Skills can now properly be cast when using the targeting feature after changing the key binding. Improve the visual indicator of throwables. Gears and mods. Most important one I want to go over here is emergency stance was turned back to what it's supposed to be, so you won't have an infinite golem when running emergency stance, which I'm actually pretty excited about because it's gonna definitely let us test builds a little bit better without a glitch being active. Also fixed a bug that was causing certain mods to not properly trigger their on shot or on critical shot effects if the shot was a killing shot. So that'll be nice too. I actually use some of those skills as well. Just a bunch of fixes with the bosses. I'm not going to go over this because I mean I'm not too worried about it. I don't know, maybe some of you are. Oh yeah, actually one thing I did want to go over. This is actually really cool right here. AI snipers now give players more time to dodge their shots. I'm actually really interested on what this is actually like, because I do agree snipers are very terrible to deal with. They'll just stun lock the hell out of you, and they do feel like they're impossible to dodge. And then this one's actually pretty cool too. Reduce the amount of knockback from creatures in the Stargrave expedition. I actually didn't notice too much of a problem, so I'm interested on which part this is talking about. It must be talking about the part with a bunch of bosses and the birds. There's also a greater delay between spawns and a reduced number of the offending creatures. So yeah, that's what I think it is. It must be where there's a bunch of bosses in that middle part. Not a whole lot else we need to go over. Quest and expedition specific fixes that apply to all platforms. There wasn't nothing too important here. Audio and dialogue fixes, other changes and bug fixes. Again, there wasn't anything too important. Ah, yes, there was something up here I wanted to go over that I missed on accident. It's on the gear and skills. Fixed a bug that caused the UI to display a 0 in the preview when upgrading the Hell Ranger's weapons. This is going to be very important, and we're going to go over why this is very important at the end of this video when we're talking about the last few things. The only last section I haven't gone over was the resolutions that additionally apply specifically to PC. Again, there's nothing really too important here in my opinion. So let's get into the final part of this video that I wanted to talk about. So there's a few things that we need to go over. First off, let's check out what the Borealis changed. Increased weapon damage on frozen enemies by 90%. Also, critical hit damage is increased by 10% for all party members for 8 seconds after using Cold Snap. Oh, I did a lot of testing with this mod, and maybe that's what it was, because the testing was not coming out too accurate. It was buffing damage, but I still don't think it was even doing what it says here. But I mean, hopefully this works correctly now, because that's gonna be a big damage boost. Anyways, so two big things I want to go over. The first big thing I want to go over is Killing Spree got nerfed. Now here's the problem, is on that whole patch note, there is not a single thing talking about it. And I don't like that. I don't like that a mod got nerfed without talking about it. It kind of really frustrates me, actually, because now it allows a lot of speculation of certain things getting nerfed without people knowing, because it literally just happened and we can witness it. Now, what nerfed here is Killing Spree used to be for 20 seconds, and now it's 10 seconds. Now, I don't exactly have a problem with that, and it doesn't really matter to me. I don't really care about stuff getting nerfed that much unless I notice it a lot in my gameplay, but I don't really exactly expect to notice this nerf too much in my gameplay. But again, my problem is that the developers did not bring light to this. So there could be nerfs and, well, I doubt buffs, but there could be nerfs, a lot of nerfs and things happening in the background that we don't get to know about. And I really don't like that. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, I guess, but that's one thing that's really sad. The other thing that I want to go over is, unfortunately, the AR exploit we were using for a long time is no longer viable. And I'm going to show you what I mean. So when you get an item from the inbox, these are the Hell Rangers items that I was talking about that I went over. You can just pick up one of these items. These are actually not farmable anymore either. They don't respawn if you do certain things. Now, when you come over to Zahidi, here's what we used to do for the AR export. You would go into the weapon, and you'd see the firepower is like 345. Now, what they referred to in the patch note is that when you improve the rarity, it used to say 0 on the firepower. It was kind of weird. It would say 0 because it didn't actually. This item didn't actually know what the firepower was of it, because it was doing a strange event of re-rolling it. Now, what we would used to do is we would switch the firing type, and it would switch the firepower so we could actually see it. Unfortunately, now the firepowers do not change and they are set. So this Earthborn Renegade double gun will never be anything more or less than 345 at level 10 as a blue. Never will be. Every time you pick it up, it will be a 345. And now the only current way to get a new one is to create a new character. But you really have no reason to farm them, in my opinion. This is sad because a lot of builds do use this Earthborn Renegade assault rifle, and the people who did get the re-rolled ones and got a very good statted one do get to keep, unfortunately, but you don't get to make this 95k anymore. I believe the one that you get to make is going to come out at around 85k, which is not that bad in my opinion, but it is unfortunate, and I'm going to let you guys know if you're looking in the future at some videos that talk about getting this and re-rolling it. It's not possible anymore. It did get patched out with that fix that they talked about in the patch note. So this isn't the same scenario of Killing Spree where they didn't tell us it happened, but they didn't really explain what the intent was, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that, but I do have the problem with nerfing stuff and not telling us. Another fun fact I will mention, if you're a person that does like to use exploits, I actually tested it, and Perpetual Mobile Glitch still works, so you can still use it while it's not actually equipped. I'll have a video in the description about that if you're actually curious on what I'm talking about. But yeah, that'll do it. This is a huge patch, and I'm glad they did a patch. I am very thankful because I was scared one wasn't coming, and it does make the game a little bit fresh for a little while on new things to do. If you guys enjoyed this video, you found it helpful, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button. I really want to hear your feedback, so please leave me a comment down below. This is probably the biggest time I want to hear feedback from people. I want to know what you think about it. I want to know maybe your favorite part about it or your least favorite part about it. I just want to know everybody's thoughts on it. It helps me think a little bit better about what we're doing here. If you want to see some more Outrider content like this, hit that subscribe button. I make lots of videos like this. If you want to hit up an Outrider Discord, I do have one, and that's in the description of this video down below. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. This is Bikes out.